Recently, I wanted to export my chats on my conversations on ChatGPT to PDF and Markdown. And what I noticed was that most of the Chrome extensions I stumbled upon were not working perfectly. These are Chrome extensions with 30,000, downloads, but they were not working. They had very good ratings. They had issues with either embedding the image, or let's say you have you have a chart with so many calculations and formulas and math equations. They were not able to render it properly. So as a developer, I built a Chrome extension to help people to perfectly export their ChatGPT chat to PDF and Markdown. I know the good thing about this is that it only works inside of your browser. So let me show you an example of what I actually mean. So let's say an example is this chat. This is the chat. I say I'm testing out the Chrome extension that I have to download ChatGPT. That I asked the ChatGPT to generate me a conversation with tables, math equations, inline code, code blocks, images, and rich elements. All these things you get. This is a kind of conversations that people might want to export. You can see these ones, you can see this one, you can see these mass equations and all that and all that. And this is where most of these Chrome extensions get it wrong. They are not able to export these equations properly, and most of the PDF exports actually look very, very terrible. So I built this Chrome extension to tackle this problem. Even for images, most of the images get left out, or most of the code blocks get are not embedded properly. So let's test it. Let's test our Chrome extension properly. So this is the Chrome extension, a ChatGPT PDF authorized portal that I built. And the good thing here is that it works inside of it doesn't need to send your data to anywhere. So it works inside of the Chrome extension. It doesn't work outside. It doesn't have anything to do with our own server. So let's get started. So first of all, let's try this. This is a rich test that contains different formats. Let's try and export it to PDF. So when you install this Chrome extension, you are going to see these icons at the top. So this is the PDF icon. So let's export, or you can decide to say, okay, I don't want to export it that way. You can say, okay, let's you can go to the bottom of it and then you see PDF or Markdown export. If you want to export the individual chart, you can also say, okay, you want to select the messages that you want to export, the particular message you want to export, and then you see, can you see? Yes, you can pick the messages that you want to export, and then two has been picked, so you export it to PDF. So it works very perfect. So I can decide, let's remove this select message and export this rich text to see if it gets everything correctly for us. So let's click on download PDF. I might have to hasten this thing. It doesn't take time. It takes like 30 seconds for depending on the amount of images that it has. So you can see that our rich this thing has been downloaded. So let's say it's 367 kilobytes. So I also forgot to mention that it downloads in HTML, so that and then gives you an instruction to save it into PDF. So this makes it easier for us not to involve our servers, or do the conversion in our own servers. Everything happens on your device. So let's open it. So if you open it here now, you can see that this file looks so clean. It's a very clean file. I don't think there's no Chrome extension that will give you this level of clarity. You can see the equations, how the equations, the code blocks, everything looks as if you have your ChatGPT chat as a HTML file. You can also see the image. These are the images that the ChatGPT generated. All those images get embedded into it. So how do you get it across to how do you convert it to PDF? So to convert it to PDF, just click on the save as PDF or Ctrl P for those using Windows. When you click on save as PDF, it it loads the preview. You can see the preview now. So this is how your PDF is going to look when you save it, and then you go ahead and save it. So you just have your PDF. Like this. Can you see how the preview of how the PDF is going to look like? And this is very, very superb. So I can decide to save it, and when I save it, I've saved it. When I save it, I can also open it. So I can also open it. You can see that we have opened the PDF that we saved, and can you see that everything looks very, very perfect. So the second thing here that we also need to test now to test this our PDF ChatGPT PDF filter is, what if you have a a chart with so many images. So I asked, give me the French Revolution with pictures. This is another issue most of the extensions I tested had. They are not able to embed the images properly. And I had a very tough time in this doing this because it was kind of like difficult to embed the images. How we able to go through the network and get the images, embed them, and then without missing out the images, and the fact that most of these images are heavy, it could take time and all that stuff. How do you make sure that it's easier for the user to actually understand what's happening, especially when they have to wait for a longer period of time? So you can see this contains over 33 images, and let's try and export it to PDF. So click on this PDF icon here. So when we click on it, it shows us a tool creating a PDF. Please wait. So for 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 chats for conversations with so many images, it's going to end up taking you a lot more time than a normal conversation with just few images. So if you have this is 33 images, it's going to waste a little bit of time embedding 33 images. So we'll have to wait for it to get completed. So it takes roughly, I calculated, I was able to do the calculation for images like the ones that have up to that three images can take you roughly a minute and I think a minute and 15 seconds for it to complete. That's roughly 75 seconds of for it to download complete. So, but I doubt anybody will have. I think it's in rare cases you have anybody who have so much. Okay, you can see that it has downloaded the images. Sometimes it misses some images, and so let's open it. It has downloaded the this thing. So let's open it and see how it looks like. So this is the clean HTML that has been downloaded. And we can go ahead here to export it to save it as PDF. You can see all those images inside has been added, and the formatting is also maintained and all that. Okay, so you can try to save as a PDF, and just like we did with the previous one, we save as PDF, and then when we save as PDF, when we save as PDF, saving as PDF, we can go ahead and open it. So here is so this is it. So this is the 33 page PDF containing almost 33 pictures. You can see all the images embedded very well. So if you found this, it took me a lot of time to actually figure out how to solve this particular issue of embedding images and getting everything correctly. So if you found this Chrome extension very, very helpful, don't forget to give us a review, a very nice 5-star review, and I promise to bring more extensions to you. Thank you so much.